Welcome back to another episode of Koi's Bistro, and today I am making all-in-one cheeseburger sliders. Here I have 1 1/4 pounds of ground beef, so to that I will be seasoning with seasoning salt, garlic powder, onion powder, Worcestershire sauce, some ketchup, mustard, diced onions, and diced pickles. Now, I've been making burgers for a long time, but this is the first for me actually adding the condiments to the meat mixture. Suggestion by one of my good friends. You know who you are. Once all our ingredients are added to the meat, we're going to give that a mix so the seasonings and everything can marinate with one another. And you will see me add a splash or 2 more of Worcestershire sauce because we want these burgers to be nice and juicy. Of course, by me letting the meat marinate, it oxidized a bit, which is why it's no longer red, but this is still fresh ground beef. With that being said, they're sliders, so we're going to make little meatballs and flatten them and get those cooking. We're going to let these cook for about 10 to 12 minutes in total, so you want to flip them after the 5 to 6 minute mark. Depending on the pan that you use, you will have some hotter spots, so this is why you see a few burgers that are flipped. They have a nice sear to them, while others, they look like they could use a little bit more time. And to be honest, I did have these a little on medium to medium high. Now that our burgers are cooked thoroughly, it's time to top them with cheese. So you can use whatever cheese of your choice. Me, I'm going full-blown American. Before we get to assembling our burgers, we're going to make our burger sauce. So I used 3 scoops of mayonnaise, some of my homemade barbecue sauce, and some black pepper. If you want the recipe to my homemade barbecue sauce, I will include it in the description. However, you can use the barbecue sauce of your choice. Mine is more mustard forward, so I would prefer a honey mustard barbecue sauce or even what they call a Carolina. I did add a bit more of the barbecue sauce because I want this sauce to be a well-rounded sauce, a little bit of sweet and savory. The burger sauce is done, so we're going to set that aside and get started on our buns. I am using some pretzel sweet Hawaiian rolls, but of course you can use the rolls of your choice. Just make sure they are slider rolls. Our buns have been toasted, so now it is time to get these burgers together. Starting off, I'm adding my burger sauce, following that up with a little lettuce and a slice of tomato. Now, of course, you can disregard all of those things if you don't want them on your burger, but me personally, I think that it adds a nice touch, and a textural contrast is always necessary. And lastly, we are now going to add our burger patties. Not gonna lie to y'all, the entire time that I'm assembling these burgers, I was just ready to grab one and take a bite, but patience is key. Once you have everything you'd like on your burger, place the top buns on, you just stick a toothpick in it, and we are almost ready to serve. Bon appetit, it is time to eat, so let's finally get into these sliders. And of course, I'm not going to be rude, so you guys get the first bite. Look, y'all can see I'm just ready to attack. These look delicious. Highly recommend. Thank you all for sticking around, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.